Hello again, and a Happy New Year! So this is my first vlog of 2013 and I'm going to be talking about Clara Oswin Oswald. There's a lot of talk going on about her character at the moment, a lot of theories on just who she really is, so I'm just going to be talking about a few of these. So one seemingly quite popular theory is that Clara is actually River Song. There are several reasons that people are thinking this. The first being that Clara is somewhat similar to River in character. She's confident, very flirtatious, quite intelligent and quirky. There's also the fact that when she's asked to pass on a message to the Doctor choosing just one word, she chooses the word pond, which seems quite an odd choice really, because it wouldn't really have any relevance to the Doctor or tell him anything about the situation that was going on. Yet it seems to be the most important word that she could think of. There also seems to be some kind of quite instant connection between the Doctor and Clara, a bond that seems to develop very quickly, which you don't often see, especially since he offered her the TARDIS key so soon after meeting her. However, this theory isn't without its flaws. From what we know of River, she tells the Doctor that the first time they meet when she was younger, the Doctor knows all about her and yet she knows nothing of him. This is definitely not seeming to be the case here. Also, if River is regenerating, then why is she coming back the same each time? Because that's not usually the way it works. That said, what if it is somehow a manifestation of River after the events of the library? Another possible theory is that she is possibly connected to Captain Jack, maybe even a child of his. This is due to the fact that she keeps coming back once she's died, and the fact that the Doctor refers to her as being impossible. However, we have already met a child of Jack's in Torchwood, his daughter called Alice, and she doesn't seem to have inherited Jack's abilities. She ages normally, so this makes it seem somewhat less likely. Although it is of course also mentioned in Doctor Who that the face of Bo is pregnant at one point. Still not quite seeing how that works though. There's some speculation that she could be the Doctor's daughter, Jenny. Certainly it's true that we don't know what became of her after the events in the episode. However, she wasn't shown to be able to regenerate, although she did revive after she died. The interactions between the Doctor and Clara, with all the flirting and indeed the kiss, makes it seem a bit unlikely that it's going to be his daughter, or any member of his family. Some think that Clara could be a Time Lord, or a Time Lady herself. Perhaps even Romana. She certainly seems to show up throughout time and space, suggesting that she does have the ability to travel through time, in some manner. And of course we know that she is highly intelligent, in fact classed as a genius, which is also quite in fitting with a Time Lord. However, the points against this are the fact that when she dies, she doesn't seem to regenerate and come back as somebody else because she comes back in the same body. True, Romana did be able to seem to choose her form once she regenerated, but she never stayed the same. When Strax had her hooked up to the medical equipment in the Snowman, he would have detected if she had two hearts, unless of course she was using the chameleon arch, although that seems somewhat unlikely. Don't get me wrong, it would be great to see Romana return. She's a brilliant character, and I've no doubt that they could come up with a story to do so if they did want her to come back, but it seems a little bit too obvious. Plus, of course, there's the fact that the writers always have to be a little bit cautious of alienating the newer Doctor Who fans, because they wouldn't really know Romana or the story behind the character. I'm not saying they couldn't do it, but they'd have to be pretty clever with how they went about it. It could be that she's actually a weapon of some sort, made to fight against the Doctor, showing up throughout space and time to lure the Doctor in. Perhaps it's a trap, without her even necessarily being aware that she is made for this purpose. Again though, that's kind of similar to the River storyline. I'd like to think that they're going to do something quite different. The fact is, there's so many different theories to just who she could be. It would take hours upon hours to go into them all. However, if you would like to discuss them further, or any of your own, please do leave some comments, because I would love to go further into it. The fact is, she could not be connected to any previous character at all. She could become someone completely new or something completely different, which in a way would be nice to see. Another thing that's worth noticing is the date on her gravestone. Her date of birth is the 23rd of November, and this is of course the Doctor Who anniversary, the next one, which is the big 50th this year. Is that some kind of hint at something? Perhaps this storyline is going to centre around Clara in some way. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now, because otherwise I'll be babbling away for hours. Like I said, please do leave any comments here on my Facebook page if you'd like to discuss this further, and I always love to hear your own ideas. So I'm going to go for now, and I shall see you all soon. Goodbye.